Are you someone who loves the art of photography but also dabbles in creating stunning videos? If so, you're probably on the hunt for a camera that doesn't make you choose between the two. That's where hybrid cameras come in, offering the perfect balance of high-quality stills and exceptional video performance in one compact package. They're the go-to choice for creators who want versatility without compromise. In this guide, we're breaking down the 6 best hybrid cameras available today. Whether you're looking to capture breathtaking landscapes, record cinematic travel vlogs, or take your content creation to the next level, these cameras have you covered. Links to the most recent prices for additional product information are given in the description box below. Let's dive in and help you find the perfect tool to turn your creative vision into reality. Here are the key factors to consider when choosing the best hybrid camera for your needs. Look for a camera with a high-resolution sensor, 20MP or higher, for detailed stills. Ensure it supports 4K video recording or higher for professional quality footage. A larger sensor APS-C or full frame offers better dynamic range and excels in low-light conditions. A fast and accurate autofocus system is crucial, especially for capturing fast-moving subjects. Check for advanced features like eye tracking and face detection, which are essential for portraits and video. Choose a system with a wide range of compatible lenses, including prime, zoom, and specialty lenses. Look for cameras with interchangeable lens systems for greater creative flexibility. By assessing your specific needs and priorities, you can select a hybrid camera that will help you achieve your creative goals. Number 6. Nikon Z8. The Nikon Z8 II previously had a spot in this guide, and for good reason. It offered decent hybrid specs for enthusiasts, but the 4K 60p footage was cropped and it didn't have an articulating screen, limiting its appeal for serious video and vlogging uses. By contrast, the Z8 is a much more advanced, expensive alternative, but it's the best Nikon camera overall, and one of the best hybrid cameras you can get. The 45.7MP full-frame sensor almost rivals the Sony A1, and for video, there's up to 8K 60p video recording, or 8K 30p with an impressive 2-hour record limit. That's better than the flagship EOS R5. Action photographers and wildlife photographers will also be well served by the 120 FPS continuous shooting speed, while the autofocus can recognize a huge range of subjects. Design-wise, our expert reviewer found the Z8 borrows much of its form factor and handling characteristics from the Nikon D850, widely considered to be the best all-around DSLR ever made. It's got lots of direct access controls, a tilting LCD, still not as good as a fully articulating screen, and a fully weather-sealed magnesium body for excellent durability outdoors. While we tested the Z8's autofocus on animals, we found it fell just short of rivals like the Canon EOS R5 and Sony's A1. It's still formidable, but not class-leading. Like the Sony A1, the Z8 gives you a true combination of speed, resolution, ruggedness, and video capability in one. But it's a couple of grand cheaper. If you're already a Nikon shooter looking to upgrade, or a professional looking for an accomplished all-rounder to last for years to come, the Z8 could be it. Number 5. Sony A1. So far, I've been covering hybrid cameras that are going to be reasonably affordable for a lot of people. Unlike those sensibly priced options, the Sony A1 is the camera for top-of-the-line pros who need the best, regardless of price. It does everything and does it well, but it's only worth the price tag for the most demanding hybrid shooters. I was lucky enough to use the A1 at its launch, and I found its advanced 759-point phase detect AF system could keep up with dancers, animals, and people alike. Its resolution also makes it a good contender for fine art landscapes that need printing big. Our reviewer said that this high-resolution sensor means the Sony A1 isn't a low-light specialist, but it holds up pretty well in the dark. They also praised its accurate exposures and found that Sony's Beyond's XR processor has improved the color depth and fidelity. On the video side, the Sony A1 can shoot 8K video at up to P or 4K at a highly impressive 120p. For photography, there's a 51.4MP sensor, a maximum continuous shooting rate of up to FPS, and a big buffer capacity to boot. All this is encased in a body with absolutely superb handling, including one of the best electronic viewfinders ever to grace a mirrorless camera. The Sony A1 costs about as much as any 2 other cameras on this list combined, But if you're a professional who needs a reliable camera for everything that clients might ask of you, it's a great investment. If you don't need everything it can do, then it simply isn't worth it. But if you do, well, you've got a spectacular camera at your disposal. One thing that's worth noting is that Sony has recently taken the wraps off its update to this camera, the Sony A1 II. While it's not looking like a radical overhaul of the original A1, its updated processor and next-generation autofocus capabilities should put it back at the top of the pack, especially when you consider that its price tag of $6,499, £6,299, is actually a little lower than the A1 was at launch. Once we've taken this camera for longer test, we'll be able to determine whether it belongs in this list or not. Until then, the original Sony A1 stays here. Number 4. Fujifilm X-S20. The Fujifilm X-S20 is the natural upgrade to the Fujifilm X-S10, a take-anywhere camera that I loved as an alternative to my bulky, full-frame model. It costs more than the X-S10, but improves on it in almost every way. For more serious content creation, you get 6.2K 30fps video with full subject tracking. And there's a new vlog option on the mode dial for easy access to functions like product priority mode, which can switch focus between your face and products that you're presenting to an audience. On autofocus, the X-S20's deep learning AI technology automatically detects and tracks a broader range of subjects than before, and our reviewer found it very snappy across all subjects. The camera almost instantly locked onto targets, and the human subject tracking modes work excellently, with the camera picking up the eyes and faces of subjects nearly without fail. They also praised the camera's comfortable design, and although the electronic viewfinder isn't the sharpest or brightest of the cameras in the guide, it's still clear and smooth. Something increasingly rare but still useful for stills is the pop-up flash built into the top of the viewfinder. With the X-S20, you get the usual range of brilliant Fujifilm film simulations to replicate a classic analog look in camera, which can be applied to photos and videos. You can even use them while live streaming or using the X-S20 as a webcam. This is the Fujifilm hybrid to beat, and while it doesn't fulfill a specific niche, I can see it appealing to a huge range of enthusiasts, thanks to its gorgeous 26.2MP image quality, compact size, straightforward controls, and excellent battery life around 700 shots. For hybrid creators who like classic styling, the X-S20 is a gorgeous choice. Number 3. Nikon Z50. The Nikon Z50 is a perfect hybrid shooter for anyone looking to expand their creative opportunities but is limited by budget. Nikon has made some savings by eliminating a few components you would find in higher-end cameras, such as image stabilization. That means you'll need a lens with some IS built in if you want to get the most from your videos. This APS-C camera performs in the image department with an excellent 20.9MP sensor for stills. Nikon's well-regarded hybrid autofocus system from its higher-end cameras, 11 FPS shooting, and some impressive low-light capabilities, thanks to a native ISO range of ISO 100 to 51,200. But it doesn't let up on the video thanks to video recording in 4K up to FPS using the whole sensor, so there's no unwieldy video cropping, which can't be said for some of its rivals. The Z50 is designed to be small and agile. I find it ideal for travel and street shooting, but appreciate that you still get an electronic viewfinder if you like framing that way. Our reviewer praised the Z50's ergonomic design and found that its deep grip paired well with the 1650mm kit lens for a well-balanced combination. They also pointed to a potential flaw. The touchscreen flips by 180 degrees to sit below the camera for selfies and vlogging, but would be obscured if the camera were mounted on a tripod. However, you are still left with a robust and modern set of features that will please almost any casual user or would-be influencer. The Z50 is cheaper and lighter than full-frame Z models, but it's compatible with Z-mount lenses for greater versatility. To get the most from the system, I'd recommend pairing it with the 1650mm pancake kit lens, which is super slim and has a full mechanical zoom. Nikon has released a successor to this camera, the Nikon Z50 II, which offers 4K video at 60p though with a crop, as well as more high-speed JPEG shooting options. We'll have to wait until we get it in for a full review before determining if it makes it onto this list, but in the meantime, you can read our Nikon Z50 versus Nikon Z52 comparison piece to get a feel for which model seems right for you. Number 2. Panasonic Lumix GH5 II. The Panasonic Lumix GH5 II is several years old, but one of the best value hybrid cameras on the market right now. Why? The first GH5 was widely regarded as one of the best consumer video cameras you could buy, and the second generation is only an improvement on that for video producers. Unlike the full-frame S5 Hi-X above, the GH5 II has a smaller micro Four Thirds sensor, which is easier to stabilize for video. You also get C4K 4K UHD up to 60p video and wireless streaming support. The GH5 II's high-end video features include vectorscope and waveform monitoring. These are both found in the EOS R5C and prove Panasonic's dedication to making professional video. However, using the GH5 II isn't necessarily a steep learning curve. The menu system is excellent and a model of clarity, both in its organization and its appearance, said our reviewer, also praising how the camera focus shifts smoothly and silently for video. They also said that the Lumix GH5 II is hard to fault for stills photography. Its 20MP MFT sensor places limits on the resolution and high ISO performance. But our lab tests often show that MFT sensors hold their own against larger APS-C sensors. The 6.5 stop IBIS produced sharp images with 0.5 seconds and 1 second exposures, meaning you can push the camera in low light if that's something you need. Many users will likely be put off by the GH5 II's chunky build, but I'd counter this by saying it helps it stay balanced with premium zoom lenses. Compared to many of the hybrid cameras on this list, the specs don't break any boundaries, but it adds up to more than the sum of its parts for stills and video. Number 1. Panasonic Lumix S5 IX. The Panasonic Lumix S5 IX is a mid-range hybrid camera in the same market sector as the Sony A7 IV and Canon EOS R6 II. It's almost identical to the Panasonic Lumix S5 II, an already competent hybrid camera and the previous all-rounder in this guide. I'd recommend reading our Panasonic Lumix S5 II versus S5 IX article to compare the two more fully. Essentially, the S5 IX offers extra features for video users at a modest price increase. The S5 II and S5 IX give you truly unlimited 4K, 60p 422, 10-bit recording internally, 4,000 Guatemalan quetzals, P, a high-speed FPS, and FHD 180p, as well as up to K, full sensor readout video recording, making them highly versatile cameras for content creation. On top of this, the S5 IX lets you record straight to external SSD devices, record video with less compression, and stream live to YouTube and Facebook. Both variations are the first Lumix cameras to feature phase hybrid autofocusing combining PDAF with contrast detect AF to provide 779 area metering. This means they're adept at detecting and tracking subjects, especially in low light and backlit scenarios. For stills, our reviewer was struck by the amount of data the camera retains in the shadows and highlights, and found that it could deliver clean frames in dark situations. And while they praised the tough magnesium build and articulating screen, they found the battery was the only real pain point when shooting video or a mix of photos and video. With 30 FPS maximum burst shooting, 2 SD card slots, a full-frame 24, 2MP sensor, and epic video potential, the S5 IX is the perfect choice if you're looking for a hybrid camera capable of capturing excellent stills while enabling a pro-level video workflow. So, that wraps up our list of the best hybrid cameras. If this video was useful to you, kindly click the thumbs up button. Which one are you going to pick? Describe your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss an updates. Everyone who had come this far, I'm hoping to see you in the next video.